Fox 19 now.
New at 10, the bat that is blowing up Major League Baseball.
And it's in the hands of Cincinnati's biggest baseball star.
Yeah, sports director Joe D made the trip to Louisville for the story behind this explosion of baseball's new bat.
Okay, guys, so in the video you're going to see behind me is the new Torpedo bat. It's very famous now. You can tell why they call it a torpedo. Look at it. They almost look like bowling pins. So the idea is simple. Make the barrel bigger to hit the ball harder. And this is great right here. These are all the major leaguers who put in orders just this week with Louisville Slugger to switch to a torpedo bat. This list never ends. Christian Yelich, Nick Martini, former Red, and one of their newest clients for a torpedo bat is Cincinnati's biggest star.
It's been very busy. Lots of players calling up, wanting the torpedo bat.
This is the science of the swing, the new idea that made Major League Baseball just a bit bat crazy. The innovation that hooked baseball players and left baseball fans hanging for an explanation.
New, it's unique. No one's seen anything like it before. In fact, I don't even have a good idea of how good of a design it is yet.
One of baseball's signature bat makers, some of the biggest names in Cincinnati swing Louisville Sluggers. But it's what they're making for Elly De La Cruz. The torpedo bat is blowing up baseball.
You blow up the midsection here where a hitter is most likely to be hitting the ball, and then it cones down here.
Here, bats shaped like torpedoes are tagged in rush order red, a stack of big-name big leaguers who want big moments like this. The first night Elly De La Cruz used a torpedo bat, he blew up Cincinnati social media. A bat with a bigger barrel, Elly unloaded on 2 home runs.
I just wanna feel like how does it feel like?
You're gonna use it again.
A factory filled with traditional bats, colorful bats, even souvenir bats. The Torpedo is turning into the #1 requested bat in Major League Baseball.
Elly did order 10. Austin Wells, Cody Bellinger have all been 6s. Ian Happ's ordered a lot at a time, but most guys are ordering 2 at a time just to try it out.
Hand-picked and weighed, the bats are hand-loaded in a bat carving machine. Spinning at more than 3,000 RPM, it takes 15 seconds to perfectly craft Elly De La Cruz's torpedo bat. Marked, stickered, and finally lasered. When the smoke clears, this is the bat Elly De La Cruz will use to smoke baseballs at Great American Ballpark. So there is a great story about Elly's first game with a torpedo bat. You're going to love this. So the Yankees, we all remember, opening weekend, they use the bats, they just go off, hit a bunch of home runs. So the Reds called Louisville Slugger, and they started asking questions. So Louisville Slugger, which is right down the road from Great American Ballpark, they drive a couple of example bats to Great American Ballpark. Bats custom made, not for Elly, but for former MVP Cody Bellinger. Just bringing an example. So Elly grabs one, doesn't say anything. It's not his size. It's not his weight. He uses it, and Elly hits 2 home runs with Cody Bellinger's bat.
Are you kidding?
That's why everybody wants the torpedo bat, because of the results they're having right now. Now, Terry Francona, we asked him about this. He said bats are so personal to baseball players that a lot of guys are going to stick with what they know. But the guys who are taking the leap, and you heard in there, a lot of guys are sampling, just getting a couple to try them out. Maybe there will be more people who are going to use them. I did find out Tyler Stevenson is going to start using torpedo bats as well.
So 2 questions. What's Major League Baseball doing? Are they trying to rain on the parade? And is Elly going to go with his weight, his length, or
the one he hit 2 home runs?
That's right. 2 great questions. Major League Baseball has said these are legal. In fact, Major League Baseball has made posts about the torpedo bat, so they're encouraging players that want to use them to go ahead and use them, because there's always new designs. You want to stay on the cutting edge of that, and Elly has gone to his specs of his bat. But what's interesting, Elly's a switch hitter. Watch him. He uses the torpedo bat left-handed, uses his normal bat right-handed, which I found very interesting as well. I don't know that answer. We haven't been able to ask Elly. They've been out of town since he's gone to full Torpedo bat, left-handed, and normal bat, right-handed. One more note, guys. We were there at the factory. This is happening, and they called these the sports science guys for the Reds. The Reds had reps down there watching these bats being made to ask more questions about maybe getting more players in the team these bats. The entire Atlanta Braves have put in orders for these bats, so maybe the Reds will get some more too.
Do you have any idea how much they cost to pop?
Well, they're going to be expensive, right? But they are making them for amateurs. I can't throw a dollar out there because I don't want to be wrong. We talked about that during the piece, but they're expensive. They will make them for amateurs if amateurs want them.
It's like, depending on how the players do with these bats, like Louisville Slugger says, this is on fire, and we're going to make a lot of these and make a lot of money in a new area that we didn't have before.
Remember when the pink bats came out about 20 years ago for Mother's Day? They said this was their busiest week since 20 years. Yeah.
Well,
incredible.
88 players now.
Bats. I mean, the only time we ever talk about bats with baseball is if they're corked.
Yep, usually for cheating, right?
Yeah.
Yes. 88 players is the number they told me this week have called down there with orders for Torpedo bats. Yeah.
Good day to be in the Louisville Slugger business.
It is.
Great story, Joe. Thank you.